Hi. This week's First Chapter Fridays is a book called Starfish by Lisa Fipps. And I'm really excited about this book. I love, love, love this book. The most exciting thing about this is that on World Read Aloud Day, which is February 2nd, which is coming up really soon, Lisa Fipps is actually going to do a virtual author visit with our class. It's going to be short because it's a freebie, so it's going to be like 10 or 15 minutes. But I'll be letting everybody know soon what time that's going to be and how your class or a group of you could come and watch that. So I want to read a little bit to you of Lisa Fipps' book, Starfish, but the book was checked out of the library this week, which is awesome. So I couldn't get it for you. So I'm going to read it to you from our ebook program called Sora instead. And this is a novel in verse. So, what that means is that the book is written in a series of short poems. So, each chapterish thing, is a tiny little poem. If you've never read a novel in verse before, it reads just like a regular book. It's just flows a little bit more quickly and a little bit more eloquently. So, here we go. For just a while, I step down into the pool. The water is bathwater warm, but feels cool compared to the blisteringly hot air. Kick, glide, stroke, glide, side to side and back again. Dive under the surface, soar to the top, arch my back, flip, flop. As soon as I slip into the pool, I'm weightless, limitless for just a while. Name calling. Eliana Elizabeth Montgomery Hofstein. That's my name. My bestie, Viv, and my parents call me Ellie or Elle, but most people call me Splash, or some synonym for whale. Cannonball into a pool, drenching everyone, and wear a whale swimsuit to your under the sea birthday party when you're a chubby kid who grows up to be a fat tween, and no one will ever let you live it down. Ever. Splash is born. Now, whenever I swim, I use the steps to ease into the water, careful not to make waves, because the memory of my pool party plays in my head like a video on a loop. It was my 5th birthday. I wanted to be the first one in, so I ran to the edge and leapt into the air and tucked my knees into my chest. Water sprayed up as I sank down. I bobbed to the surface, expecting cheers for the splashiest cannonball ever. That didn't happen. Splash spawned a tsunami, my sister Aeneas shouted. She almost emptied the pool, my brother Liam chimed in. I dove under, drowning my tears. I wish I could tell everyone how they made me feel that day. Humiliated, angry, deeply sad. But every time I try to stand up for myself, the words get stuck in my throat like a giant glob of peanut butter. Besides, if they even listened, they'd just snap back. If you don't like being teased, just lose weight. Fat girl rules. Some girls my age fill diaries with dreams and private thoughts. Mine has a list of fat girl rules. You find out what those unspoken rules are when you break them and suffer the consequences. Fat girl rules I learned at 5. No cannonballs. No splashing. No making waves. You don't deserve to be seen or heard, to take up room, to be noticed. Make yourself small. What, why, who, how, when. The first fat girl rule you learn hurts the most. A startling, scorpion stinging soul slap. Something's changed, but you don't know what. You replay the moment in your mind from every possible angle, trying to understand why the rules exist, and who came up with them, and how. How does anyone have the right to tell you how to live just because of your weight? Mostly, you remember the smack of the change. One minute you were like everybody else, playing around, enjoying life, and then, with a flip of an unseen cosmic switch, you're the fat girl, stumbling, trying to regain your balance, acting as if you know what you're doing, like when you used to play dress up and tried to walk in high heeled shoes. The gift. Every time I see a pudgy preschooler, I want to hand her my list, like the answer sheet for a test, to spare her the pain of learning the rules firsthand. But instead, I give each girl the gift of more days, weeks, and months of a normal life, whatever that is. Belly's dancing. Viv's mom caught her dad with another woman and said Texas wasn't big enough for the three of them, so now my best friend has to move to Indiana. In my backyard, we live streamed the Latin Music Festival on an outdoor screen as part of her going away party. Viv starts belly dancing like she learned in a class at the Dallas Public Library, where her mom was a librarian. Yay, librarian! I follow her lead, and our arms morph into snakes as our hips figure eight. My dog, Gigi, a pug, runs circles around us as we sing at the top of our lungs, along with the bands, and dance in complete abandon, like you do when you're alone in your room, trying out some new moves or making up some of your own. Except it turns out we're not alone. The new neighbor. Mid twirl, I open my eyes to see a girl's head pop up over the fence, then disappear and reappear. This trampoline girl saw me shake parts of me I didn't even know I had. What do you think you're doing? I stop dancing so fast I about give myself whiplash. I see her head again. I heard Dias Divertidos, she says so quickly like it's one word. She disappears and reappears. Couldn't help myself. In a flash, she climbs over the fence and lands in front of me. I'm Catalina Rodriguez, a poet and a musician. Catalina points to the concert on the screen. Wow, so you like Dias Divertidos too? I have all their songs on my playlist. Me too, I say. Who else do you listen to? Don't get Ellie started, Viv rolls her eyes. If eye rolling were an Olympic sport, she'd be a gold medalist. I'm a poet, so I love music because lyrics are sung poems, I say. Rap and country are my faves. I'm a guitarist, Catalina says. I like all music, but love Latin. She chooses her words carefully, like me. But she's not like me. Catalina's skinny like a pancake. I'm more like a three-tiered cake. My fat dar should be sounding the alarm. Why isn't it? The thing about fat dar is a lot like Spider Man's Spidey sense, a sixth sense. Somehow we know just when someone's about to say something hurtful or do something mean. Even in a crowd, I can spot a fat phobe, someone who's grossed out by overweight people. Fat phobes give off this vibe, part discomfort, part shock, part fear. Baila conmigo, Catalina shouts as the next song starts, and she dances with us. Teach me that one move, Ellie, she says. Which one? The one where you were kind of kicking your leg while you spun. When I dance, knowing Catalina's watching, I feel every pound of my legs, see my fat shake, and notice how round my shadow on the grass is next to her ankles. So I stop. Fat girl rule. Move slowly so your fat doesn't jiggle, drawing attention to your body. But that uncomfortable in my own skin feeling fades as the music blares and Catalina squeal screams, going all bananas with us during the tribute to Selena. If dance partners were food, Catalina and I would be peanut butter and jelly, cookies and milk, chips and salsa. We're different, but make a perfect combo. Heads, hips, and hands moving in sync. Right on cue as the sun sets, the katydids start their singing, fast and furious, since their tempo is based on heat. Or maybe Selena's bitty bitty bom bom beat. Catalina, dale las buenas noches and ven a casa, a woman's voice calls out. Gotta go, Catalina tells us. Thanks for letting me crash your party. She climbs back over the fence, then trampolines. Can't wait to come over again. Like Picasso. Some people have mood rings. Viv has mood hair. You can always tell how she's feeling based on her hair color. Since she has to move, she's like Picasso, in a blue period. Her bottom lip juts out as she pouts, and when she huffs, her stick straight blonde bangs with blueberry tips stand straight up for a second. What's wrong? I ask when we float in the pool. Cooling off after the concert? Today was our last day together until who knows when. And not only did I have to share you, but I also had to watch while you made a new friend. New friend? Catalina? Is she? Saying goodbye. The stars at night might be big and bright deep in the heart of Texas, but where we live, not where we live, thanks to light pollution. Sirius! I point to the brightest star, the only visible one. Leave it to you to know the dog star. Notice there are no cat stars. Maybe not in the Milky Way, Viv says, but I'm sure there's a galaxy more evolved than ours, where cats rule. They'll invade our planet and make all pugs prisoners. Admit you'll miss Oreo. She splashes me with each syllable. Only if you admit you'll miss Gigi, I splash back. When Viv's mom picks her up, we promise to text, video chat, whatever it takes to stay connected. Viv suggests we make a blood oath. I remind her she faints when she sees one drop. We settle for a tame, lame pinky swear. Viv starts to open the car door, but then throws her arms around me. We cry our goodbyes. Super sleuth. Every kid needs one place they can escape to when life gets to be too much. The pool is my place. Today I've been in the water so long, my fingers look like raisins. But I plan to swim and float for hours more, mourning my first day without Viv and the last day of summer vacation. I love to swim. Can I join you? Catalina's back on the trampoline. I barely know her. So, can I trust her with the pool? I haven't swum with anyone but Viv since the Under the Sea party. I still don't know why Catalina wants to hang around me. Could she be friends with Marissa and Courtney and help them set me up for a prank? I climb out of the pool and wrap my towel around my shoulders like a superhero cape. Time to activate my sleuth powers. I wish I could keep swimming, but I have to get my stuff ready for school tomorrow. Don't lie. Catalina climbs over the fence. I've been putting it off too. I dread being the new girl. Like Wonder Woman with her lasso, I seek truth. I ask Catalina, "You going to Kaiser Academy?" "Is that where you go, Ellie?" I nod. "I wish, then we'd be together. But I'm going to Bishop Joseph Catholic School." Wonder Woman wouldn't give up until she had all the answers, and neither can I. Want to get our stuff ready together? I thought you'd never ask. So I'm going to stop there. But this is a really great book. It explores a lot of things around body image, and there's some family stuff and some friend stuff and some bullying stuff. And there's a lot of, I think, a lot of good subject matter and good things to think about in terms of mental health and how to maintain good mental health. So, if that's a topic that you're interested in and you are curious to see what happens next with Ellie and Catalina and Viv, then read on.